This brush fire that we've been monitoring for you all day out near I-37 and Southton Road, that's going to be in southeast Bexar County, and that is where we find News 4 San Antonio's Stephanie Esquivel, who joins us with more. Steph?
Well, Jonathan, when I got here almost 4 hours ago, we were much further back, and at one point I did see those flames. Now, since then, we have been pushed back 3 times, so you can just imagine how fast those flames have been spreading with the wind. We saw many of the homes on this road get evacuated. Owners of the house we were parked in front of confirmed their shed had already caught fire when they left, and that shed is not far from their house. When we caught up to them after we left the area, they told us they were able to get most of their pets out and leave the doors open so the rest of them could escape if the flames got close.
They had just told me that it was spreading quick. They thought that the train tracks were gonna stop it, but it didn't. And that was basically it. They were just telling me that it was about 30 yards away. And that was the last thing that they had told me. Try and get as much as I could out.
Now, other neighbors tell me they tried coming home when they heard of the flames, but have been unable to get to their house to get their pets and some of their belongings. Right now, we are standing in the parking lot of a nearby development center where many of those evacuated families have been waiting to be able to return to their homes. For now, reporting live in southeast Bexar County, Stephanie Esquivel, News 4 San Antonio.
All right, Stephanie, thank you for that. We do continue our team coverage this evening. News 4 San Antonio's Destiny Fuller also on the scene there in southeast Bexar County. She just got an update from fire officials who say at least 6 structures have been impacted. Destiny, what else are they telling you tonight?
Well, Jonathan, right now we're just upwind of where that fire started just a couple of hours ago. Earlier, you could see a thick black cloud of smoke at this apartment complex behind me. But as you said, we did speak with the San Antonio fire chief, who says that fire has been fully contained. Those flames started a couple of hours ago on the southeast side, and officials with Bexar County sent out evacuation notifications as early as 1:30 this afternoon. San Antonio Fire Chief Valerie Frosto says both SAFD and other county agencies helped contain the fire, working together against today's biggest issue, which has been high winds.
It's extremely challenging, and right when we think we have it contained, you know, there's hot spots that units continuously try to extinguish, and it's just it's very difficult to contain a fire like this, especially with wind speeds. We have gusts up to 40 miles per hour.
Chief Frosto says the brush fire involved 1 to 2 square miles, and there have been no reported deaths or injuries, though as of now 6 structures were involved. That includes 2 mobile homes, 2 homes, and a shed. As you heard earlier, there were several mandatory evacuations in place for people living in this area. Chief Frosto says she doesn't have exact numbers on how many people were impacted at this time. She'll have that information later, but she also says the crews will be out here all night to keep things under control as high winds continue. Jonathan?
All right, Destiny, thank you for that. Also right now, you're taking a live look at a temporary shelter that has been set up. That shelter has been set up at Mission Espada Fellowship Hall. That's located along Espada Road just south of Loop 410. Our crew on the scene talked to the American Red Cross, who is helping to organize that shelter. They say right now only a few people have shown up, but they are ready for the possibility of more people coming later this evening.
A friend sent me a message. She goes, "Oh my God, the land is on fire." And I'm like, please let this be a horrible joke.
More on that breaking news that we've been following for you all day. A large brush fire in the southeast side of Bexar County, forcing evacuations near Dunlap Road and Southton Road. Good afternoon, friends. I'm Jonathan Martinez. We do have crews out on the scene for you. In fact, they've been there all day long. Let's go ahead and start with News 4 San Antonio's Stephanie Esquivel, who's been talking to people who were forced to evacuate. Steph, what's the latest?
Well, Jonathan, since we arrived almost 5 hours ago, we have been pushed back 3 times and dozens of homes have been evacuated. Right now, we're in the parking lot of a nearby development center where many of those evacuated families have been waiting to go back to their houses. Homeowners I spoke to who were home when those evacuations started tell me they were able to get some of their belongings and their pets. They tell me they tried doing everything they could to protect their houses. I've also spoken to homeowners who say they rushed home when they heard of the flames, but the road was already blocked by first responders when they got here.
I began looking up everything and immediately walked out of work and came here, found out that they were already doing evacuation. So I know my neighbor didn't leave, and he's elderly, so I'm scared.
First I was relieved because no one was home, but then I remembered my cats were there, so then I got a little worried.
Well, most of the families I've spoken to tell me they have lived in the area for over a decade and have never seen a brush fire this big around here. Those homeowners still don't know if their houses or property has been damaged by the fire. Jonathan, we will continue to bring you updates as we receive more information. For now, reporting live in Southeast Bexar County, Stephanie Esquivel, News 4 San Antonio.
All right, Steph, keep us posted. San Antonio fire officials say they will have crews on the scene all night, even as the winds start to die down a bit. Our team coverage continues tonight with News 4 San Antonio's Destiny Fuller, who just got information from fire officials. Destiny?
Jonathan, we have talked about this all day. These winds today have been no joke. And according to the San Antonio fire chief, that's exactly what played such a big factor in today's blazes. Chief Valerie Frosto says that the flames here on Southton Road in Southeast Bexar County have been fully contained, though, as Jonathan said, crews will be here all night to keep an eye on things. She says today's firefight wasn't easy, but with the help of city, county, and state assets, they were able to put the flames out in just a few hours.
And wind speed today, like I said, it is really, really difficult to manage a fire like this. Units are on top of it, and they're doing a great job with containment, and they're being very aggressive.
She says 6 total structures were involved, including 2 homes, 2 mobile homes, and a shed. Chief Frosto also says that people who live in this area should still avoid it out of precaution. She says crews will continue monitoring the area all night just in case things spark back up. There are still a couple of hot spots on the ground, and people who are in those evacuation shelters will be notified when it's safe to go back. Reporting from Southeast Bexar County, News 4 San Antonio, Destiny Fuller.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more from News 4 San Antonio, make sure you like and subscribe.